All right, folks, so this is how it all started. I have received a phone call from a friend that's a subscriber, shared it to someone. That someone is from Croatia, is trying to move to Canada. And they phoned me up and they said, look, um, can you tell me about Canada? Is it really dying? And in short form, I said, yes, it's dying. However, these people from Croatia, young couple, just got married, no savings, full of ambition, full of stories about Canada and all of that stuff. I said, well, if you want it in a nutshell, it's pretty much dying at this point. Like what will happen in a half a decade to a decade, only God knows. But at this point, your chances are minimal, even though if you're willing to try, you should try. I mean, I don't care, one less or more, it's not going to change really anything. So now getting into the whole conversation, that particular couple, that guy is in IT sector, right? Nothing really special from my understanding, but he said like, hey, look, I could make, over 100K being in IT. Well, with all due respect, I said, well, how will you manage everything else? Because $100,000, it's not much, even though it is hard to get, and you know exactly what I'm saying when you apply for employment or a job, right? Like it's not like that you will receive a guaranteed job or that all of a sudden you will maybe start from 100K unless you work for a superb uh, company or an employer. But it's just a perception that they are getting all these things wrong. Like they believe having a paycheck, of 100 grand, uh, like will change their life, right? I mean, you guys are young. You guys have to live somewhere. You have to drive a car. If you live in a suburb, real estate is dying. Like I asked them, I'm like, how do you believe you will save money, right? So that conversation started in that direction, and they said no, like we hear nothing but the best when it comes to Canada, right? And they have been following Canada, they have been following the progress. It is hard all around the world, but there is a lot of opportunity. So to be honest with you, I was scratching my head like for a half an hour just trying to understand where they're coming from, right? So please comment below. I know that they will watch this particular video because I told them actually, I asked them if I have the permission to kind of tap into this topic. I will not mention any names. And please, folks, that you guys that are subscribed, that are watching, please comment below. Like, what can they do with the $100,000 of income in Canada starting? Their ambition is within 5 years to buy a home, to be I like not a question of being safe or not, but be successful. So please comment below what you think, and while you're at it, please like, share, and subscribe. However, so I started the conversation. I took them back, in 2008. Yes, like we had the upper hand against the United States. We were kind of holding above the water, and we managed that particular, I would say, crash better than the United States. We all know that the United States went through harsh times. They've seen declines of, 25%, 30%, maybe even 50% in some areas and communities all across the state. However, us in Canada, we have not experienced that. We have seen a little dip, but I believe from that particular time, mindset shifted. Everything that the Canada has seen focused primarily on real estate, and therefore became a speculation segment of our economy driven in Canada. which everyone started to use and abuse and contribute to because it saw gains, it saw enormous gains and returns, right? And that obviously attracted investors from all over the world, east, west, north, south, right? Everyone saw the opportunity in Toronto, GTA, and Vancouver, and British Columbia. So those two big engines of Canada became the driving sector, but everything else kind of like it disappeared, right? Like it went under the rug. Like it made almost no sense, right? Like, we don't have the automotive industry, we don't have any tech, we don't have basically no backbone. And now in this particular situation where we're at in 2026, where the bubble is literally popping, I believe it has popped a long time ago. It's just people are holding on due to other stories similar, that whatever this couple is getting their information from, or their research or whatever, right? Like it's just that psychological, like it has to bounce back. Like, yes, it might be true, but how long is it going to take? What's the consequence? How much time, effort, money is going to cost you, right? Are you positioned well? Do you have enough savings to kind of go through the journey, right? Are like, can you calculate your income, stability, safety, ambition, future projection? What are you carrying along? Like, it's not only one segment, like, you know what I mean? There's so many things involved. And I touched on other things. Like, I asked them stuff like, car insurance. Like, I know that, like, Croatia is in European Union and they have different laws. Some say better, some say worse, whatever the case is. But they have some opportunity, right? Like they can move all across Europe with their passport, Croatian passport, and all that stuff. So I would say opportunity opens up differently, right? I feel once you cross the ocean, the Atlantic, it becomes different. Like you become kind of on that continent. You have to figure it out. I know that Croatia, there's like a big community and stuff like that. I know there's a bunch of followers from Croatia, from all over the place, right? Like from Balkans in general, like from all around the world. Keep getting the messages, but like I know that even those people are suffering, and even they tell me, look, Canada is not what it used to be, 50 years ago, 25 years ago, 5 years ago, 5 months ago, 5 days ago, even, right? Like it keeps changing, and no one knows the final outcomes. Like that, what it feels like you cannot put a mathematical equation and a measurement assessing our situation, because in Canada we don't know where we're turning. Like we don't know how to patch. Do we even have the ammunition to somehow um, uh, or boost? Like that's the right word. Maybe boost the economy quickly, efficiently, that everyone stays above that water. So it's becoming extremely complicated. Now, getting back to insurance policies, as mentioned before, in automotive, like, people are paying thousands upon thousands of dollars for vehicle. Like, I know some of you are paying, $4,000, $5,000, $7,000 annually for your car insurance or mobile insurance, right? So that, like, then you get into other taxes. I mean, like when I mentioned to these folks, I'm like, look, like um, I cannot create your destiny. Like, like you feel it in your heart. Should you do it? Should you not do it? Could be an experience, whatever. Do whatever you want to do. Honestly, in all fairness, right? Do whatever you want to do. Try it out. You're young, try it out. But don't waste your time, because at this point, I feel, and I know some of you viewers, watching, you're subscribing, and even the newcomers, comment below. What do you think? Am I trying to explain it in the video properly? Because they were shocked only on one small segment. When I said the average tax on a home that, like that you buy, it's maybe 5,000, 4,000, 7,000, depending on the community and location. And they said, are you for real? I said, well, that's just the bare minimum. Where's the tax on your income, right? Like on 100K, my gosh, like we're talking tens of thousands of dollars. Like once you net all of that stuff, and plus you have to pay for everything else, groceries are going up. Like just living overall, it became for a newcomer, like a newcomer to Canada. Where's the opportunity? That's what I'm asking. Somebody moving from Croatia, doesn't matter. Philippines, Germany, Serbia, Italy, Spain. You tell me, where's the opportunity? Because the opportunity, I believe, why people move, to different countries and move continents is because of the opportunity. They know they have to be patient. They know they have to work hard, but the opportunity is there, right? So I hope you gained some real value out of this video. So please like, share, and subscribe. And to all of you coming, good luck. Thanks for watching.